Did you know that nearly 1 in 5 new hires quit within the first 3 months? That's right. According to Forbes, companies lose about 17% of their new hires in just the first 3 months, costing thousands per exit. But what if I told you there's a simple AI solution that can boost retention by up to 82% and increase productivity by over 70%? Hey AI adopter, my name is Camille Bank, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to transform your employee onboarding process using AI. Let's talk about onboarding in general. You know, that awkward first week where new hires are drowning in paperwork, watching those corporate videos from 2015 and secretly wondering if they made a huge mistake accepting your job offer. The problem is that most companies treat onboarding like a checklist of administrative tasks. Sign this policy, here's your laptop, these are the bathroom codes, but they offer very little about how new hires will contribute to the mission of the company or maybe even have a path to their success. The stats on this problem are pretty eye-opening. Each of these early access that I mentioned in the intro are costing thousands. Okay, they're very expensive. SHRM estimates that the average cost per hire is around $4,700. But for specialized roles, that can balloon to up to 200% of a person's annual salary. Meanwhile, companies that excel at onboarding see massive benefits. Brandon Hall Group found that organizations with structured onboarding processes improve new hire retention by 82% and productivity by over 70%. And I don't need to tell you that those are pretty damn good numbers, right? Now, I know what you're thinking. Great, Camille. One more thing that I need to fix in my company. But here's the cool part. I've developed an AI prompt that can revamp your onboarding process, make it much, much simpler. And even if you don't have a process at all, it helps you to start at a really robust framework and you don't have to start with a blank canvas, okay? It's not going to do everything, but it's going to help you a lot, okay? It's basically like having an AI HR consultant who specializes in onboarding. But instead of paying thousands of dollars, you just copy and pasting my prompt. So let me show you how it works with a quick example. And imagine we're, I don't know, bank life insurance, and we need to onboard a sales representative, okay? So let me show you first. This is basically the 5-step implementation. If you are a subscriber, you can get the prompt. And then this is how I want you to use those prompts. First of all, you customize the template, okay? Like here. So this is the prompt, okay? And I always try to make sure that the variables that you need to customize are here at the bottom, okay? So for this one, we have job role, company mission, and all that type of jazz. And we'll go over that in a minute. First of all, let's copy this this prompt here, okay? And then in this case I'm gonna use Grok, and I like the thinking role here, okay? And then let's go. So here's the prompt in Grok 3. I really like Grok 3. I'm starting to like it a lot. I'm actually thinking to maybe deactivate ChatGPT for a few weeks until they come up with something better. Don't be loyal, by the way, to any of those models, okay? They're just here for your money, especially OpenAI, but they're great sometimes at some things, and sometimes you got to give them a little bit of a I don't know, I wouldn't call it pressure, but you just got to vote with your dollars, okay? Anyway, so this is the prompt, and you don't need to read all this, but right now we want to focus on this section here. So once you enter the prompt into your chat window here with any of, whether it's Grok or something else, you need to specify this information. And for this specific one, we'll do the following, okay? So first of all, job role is going to be and you do it like this: licensed life insurance sales representative, okay? Now, for company mission and core values, we could enter something like this: our mission is to protect families and secure futures through ethical, personalized life insurance solutions. Core values include integrity, empathy, customer first service, and continuous personal growth. Remember, a lot of these things you can just copy from your website if you have sections about this already, okay? Or if you have something about your job description that you already created in the past. Okay, so it doesn't have to be exactly that. You can copy whole bodies of descriptions. You could also probably, in most cases, depending on how well you have written and defined your job role and the job offer that you posted somewhere, you could probably just copy and paste the whole thing and test it out and see how it does. So for key skills, we'll just have consulting, consultative selling, active listening, CRM software, blah, blah, blah. Then it's good to have a mentor, right? And then during the onboarding period, and then we'll just explain what the mentor should, hold on. Mentor's job role and experience. We'll post that in here. Senior sales advisor with 12 years of experience, right? But that obviously depends on your company. So the next thing is good to think about as well, which is the schedule for initial training sessions and topics covered. Okay, so that will obviously vary very strongly by company and job. In this case, I'm just going to have something like this here. Week 1, company overview. Week 2, CRM training. Week 3, shadowing senior advisors. Okay. And then the company feedback is the last point. We'll have the company feedback and evaluation criteria. We'll put the following here. So completion of training, milestones, right? Quizzes and roles, role plays, CRM activity, mentor evaluation, first policy submission by day 45. Okay, so this is basically what we have. Okay, this is all you need to do to input and get this started. And then let's just hit enter and see what it's going to do, what it's going to output. Okay, so again, this is the prompt. Let it think for a little bit. For something like this, I like the thinking modes on these models. You can use Claude, you can use Grok, you can use a lot of the free ones, even DeepSeek if you want to share your secrets and your company policies with China. All right, there you go. So you can see it already working. It's giving you a detailed plan. Okay, this is for your HR department, to help them figure out how to onboard an employee properly. And then maybe if you like those, you can copy them to other roles. You can adjust it to other roles in your company. Okay, let's just fly over this really quickly because I don't want to make this video too long. But essentially, this is what it is. Okay, first it gives you some context. Onboarding strategy for licensed life insurance sales representative. It gives you an idea of how to welcome the employee, right? What the objective is of the welcome. It describes the welcoming session, maybe a video message from the CEO to personalize the experience. You can also do a lot of that with tools like HeyGen, where you can actually address each new hire directly with their name, even though it's, just AI generated. Arrange a virtual or in-person tour. Okay, then we have initial training sessions as discussed, but in more detail. Okay, again, with the objective, the training schedules here, company overview, company ethics, right? And again, it really depends on how well you prepare the information that you put into the model, and that's how well of a response you will get. Garbage in, garbage out. Good stuff in, good stuff out. Or maybe even better stuff out, right? Assignment of mentors, as discussed, okay? Provision of essential resources, regular check-ins and feedback mechanisms, okay? And then we'll have all that's planned out here, evaluation and adjustment, and then a conclusion. And again, all these models are basically really good at helping you think. So the idea is not to remove yourself from your company or your HR department, but give them the tools to do their job better and more efficiently. Can you see how detailed and comprehensive this is? The AI basically creates a complete onboarding strategy that includes all the details that we just covered. And the key is to not just generate a plan, it's the implementation. Because according to Gallup, only about 12% of employees feel their company does a great job when it comes to onboarding. But those that do are 3 times more likely to be satisfied with their workplace. So once you've got your plan, make sure that you assign a specific person to own the onboarding process. Schedule those structured check-ins at the, 30-day, 60-day, and 90-day mark. And then collect feedback from your new hires about what's working and what isn't. It's very important to track metrics like time to productivity and early turnover rates. With that being said, your onboarding process is your new hire's first real experience of how your company operates. And you know how they say, right? You only get one chance to make a first impressions. So if it's disorganized, impersonal, and all about compliance, that sends a pretty clear message about your priorities. If you want to check out the full newsletter with all the research links I mentioned, it's in your inbox if you have subscribed. Otherwise, go to aiadopters.substack.com. And if you find this interesting, feel free to subscribe, share it with somebody else. I would love to get the message out and show you how boring AI can actually help you in your work, in your job, in your company. That's it. I hope to see you in the next one. Cheers.